ladies. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Back outside on the back porch, just trying to gather my thoughts this morning and just enjoy the beautiful weather. But just we had such a busy weekend. Still with my daughter getting over the pneumonia, but then we had 52 little heifer calves come to us over the weekend. So they were delivered Sunday night at dark. And so anyway, they're small, which I don't know, if you don't know cows, this may not sound small, but they're like, they average like 490 pounds. So they're not super big or anything, but anyway, just trying to get those settled because that's quite a job. And we put in a new alley in the barn this weekend, and so we were working late every night. And anyway, it was all hands on deck effort. All of the children, except for Mercy, except the one that was sick, we had everybody else down there at the barn working and just trying to get everything ready and set up. And so anyway, it was quite busy. And then in the midst of that, my daughter and son were home from college. And so we celebrated Mercy's birthday as a family. And so anyway, she had requested chicken minis. And so we made chicken minis at home, and the little Chick-fil-A chicken minis, but we make them from scratch, and they were delicious. And so anyway, we got back up to the house. I think it was like 9:15 Saturday night. And so I had to start in on those, but I had done a little bit of prep work ahead of time, but it was like 10 o'clock by the time we ate, but that's okay. We didn't have anything, too bad that we needed to hurry up and get done. So it was good. Everybody was good. And so, anyway, she's back at school, but yesterday I was just running. I think I checked on the calves 4 times. I was afraid they were going to jump the fence or something, because it's a new place and everything. And so far everybody's doing okay. So let's hope that continues. But anyway, in light of all of that, the busy weekend and stuff, I need a day just to catch up. Do you ever need a day just like, okay, I just need to stop and catch up? And so anyway, Saturday, before we went down to work on the alley in the barn, my kitchen was completely clean. And you would never know that if I showed you, which I will show you here in a little bit, what my kitchen looks like now. It is not clean. But yesterday I didn't have a chance to do anything. I was just running all over the place. And so anyway, we've got to catch up today. Just get things to where we can function again. And, life happens and you just kind of have to roll with it. And I think that's one of the things my kids are best at, is just adapting and rolling with the punches. And so anyway, we're going to get in there today and just get the main living area, which ours is kind of open between the den, I guess you would say, and the kitchen. And so just getting that area just back in shape, cleaned up as best we can. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it just needs to be better than it was. So we're going to work on that and get that done. And then I wanted to put a beef brisket in the oven today. So I have this recipe that I pulled off the internet. I've fixed a brisket on the smoker before, but I didn't really want to be that in depth with it today. I just didn't want to spend that much time. And so anyway, I'm going to just fix it inside. I may do the oven, I may do the crock pot. I've got a recipe for both. But do you ever have those things in your freezer where you are avoiding them? I've had this brisket in there for a while. It came with, I told you guys we get a half a beef every 6 months. And once we got a half, and it was cut incorrectly. So you can request how you want it cut, like which cuts you want. And so they had cut it not the way we wanted it, which was fine. It wasn't like, it was fine. We ate it all. But brisket was in there. And that's just not something that I don't fix those all the time. So they make me a little more nervous. Like, it's not something I can just slap together and be done. It just takes more time for me. And so anyway, but I don't want it to go to waste. So I was going to fix it this past weekend, but things got away from me. I was just a little busy. So I'm going to fix it today. So I want to get that in there, and just want to get some things on my calendar. I don't know about you, but I find that if I actually schedule things, they're more likely to happen. So my children love carving pumpkins, and my twins grew our pumpkins this year. So we had like 12 really big pumpkins, and a couple of them have rotted because we picked them too early, but that's okay. We still have enough to carve. But if I'm not careful, it will be Halloween day and we will not have carved our pumpkins. So I just want to schedule that. I want to put that on the calendar, make sure I get that on there. And just a few other things that I need to just get done today, like just stop and take the time to do. I need to take some mail to the mailbox, and honestly, I don't even know if I have stamps. I've got to locate those, but just some things that just I've kind of been shoving to the side. You know how life gets, and it's like if it's not a fire that has to be put out right away, you just kind of push it off. And so today I just want to catch up, just get things done a little bit better today. So by the end of the day, we're feeling a little more refreshed, just a little more relaxed in our atmosphere. So the other thing that I wanted to just focus on at the end of this week, and I know this is kind of random. So I told you we had a busy weekend, and we farm. And so Sunday morning, my husband and I were running a little bit behind. We were trying to get a few things last minute done at the barn. So the older kids drove to church, and took the younger ones and everything with them. And so then we were, my husband and I were rushing back to the house and getting ready and everything. And I'm just going to tell you, and for some of you, you may stop watching my channel after you hear this, but it's life and it is what it is. So I did not have time to shower before we went to church. It was like either I was going to shower and we weren't going to make it, or I was just going to throw some clothes on and go. And so that's what I chose to do, because I thought in the end, I thought God would be happier if I was at church than, if I didn't make it, but I had showered. So anyway, but I got to church, and it was the honest to goodness, it was the first time I have ever been embarrassed to be in church. And it's not like, please don't take it that like I have a judgmental church or anything. It's not that. It was me. I just, I'm sure nobody else noticed, but it was me. And I thought, this cannot happen again. Like, this is enough. This cannot happen again. So I had not showered. I got my hair cut shorter. So like, I can't just throw it up in a ponytail. Well, it was cold Sunday morning. And so I've got like stocking hat hair on there and stuff. And so anyway, it was just not a good look. So I looked like olive oil. I had everything plastered down and pulled back. And then I get to church and I look, and I don't know if you can look how horrible my nails look. And it was, I work hard. I'm out there, I'm farming and everything, but I like for my nails to be painted. It's just sometimes things don't work out really well with that. And so anyway, I thought I'm going to put on my calendar on Saturday this week to paint my nails, to lay out my clothes, so I'm not feeling like, I am not put together. And I am going to make the time to get myself ready Sunday morning. So anyway, I just, and my husband's like, you look fine, you're fine. And I'm like, I just feel like it just bugged me so much. And so anyway, I want to get that on the calendar this week. But funny story for you, and then we'll head inside. We were working on getting the alley in place. And I don't know, if you don't know what that is, it's this huge walkway that the cattle will come down. And we were putting in a new one, and it was all metal, and we were using, or steel, and we were using the tractor to get it into the barn. And the way everything was situated, you don't have a lot of space to work with. So it took some manpower in addition to tractor power to get it in place. And so we were using chains, and we had the chains over the forks of the tractor, and then it was like holding up the alley section, and we were just easing it back in place. And so my daughter, my middle daughter, she was going to pull the chain off of the, the forks, because we were kind of done right there. We had to readjust. So she was getting ready to pull them off. Well, she just recently got glasses. And you know me, Mom, I'm worried that when she pulls the chain, it's going to come back and like hit the glasses, and glass will go in her eye or whatever. And so anyway, she's trying to pull the chain, and I come up behind her, and I'm like, like this, like trying to protect her eyes. And she's like, Mom, what are you doing? I can't see. And I'm like, I'm just protecting your eyes. She goes, wouldn't it be easier if you just took my glasses off? So anyway, sometimes I just don't think, it's like I overanalyze, or I don't know, things just, my brain doesn't kick in sometimes. I think we're just going to call it like perimenopause fog. You know what I mean? So anyway, but everybody, all the kids got a good laugh off of that one. But all in all, as hard as we worked, we had such a good time being together, and it is amazing what we can accomplish when we all chip in together, and just the amount of work that we are able to produce when we work together as a team. I mean, honestly, when we started, I thought there is no way we're going to finish all this in time. And those kids, they just jump in there and they know what to do and they help. And anyway, so it hopefully today, since they were such a blessing to me this weekend, helping and everything, and we got so much done, I'm hoping to get in here today and just get this main living area just cleaned up a little better than it was, to be a blessing to them. So when they come home from school, because I'll be honest, we are all exhausted. We're so tired from the weekend, and I just want them to be able to come home and relax, and for the house to smell good and to feel good. And so I know I need to take the trash out, because one of my twins told me this morning, he was fixing hot chocolate. He goes, what does that smell? And anyway, I have a horrible nose. I can't smell anything. And I'm like, I don't know. I said, does it smell good or bad? He goes, yeah, not so good. And so anyway, I think it was the trash. So I need to take that out. But we're going to get it better today. And I just want to encourage you. If you're tired, I was exhausted when I got up this morning, go take a hot shower. Go stop right now, take a hot shower. My husband laughs at me all the time. I think hot showers can fix anything. They just make you feel so good. So anyway, if you need to, grab your hot tea or your cup of coffee or whatever. Get some music going, or, put on your favorite movie or whatever it is. And we're just going to hop in there today and we're going to get some things done. And it's not necessarily like big projects that we're trying to knock out. We just want to catch up today. Let's just get caught up a little bit, and that way we'll feel better. And tomorrow we can hit the ground running. So anyway, thanks again for watching. You guys have no idea what a blessing this channel has been to me. Honestly, I wake up in the mornings and that's the first thing I'm like, oh my goodness, wonder who I'm going to hear from today, or what stories I'm going to hear from you guys. And it's such a blessing to me. So thank you so much. So let's get in there, and I'm going to get my jacket off. It's a little cold out here this morning, but it feels great. And we're just going to get started. We're going to take it just one little inch at a time and get stuff done. All right, guys, see you inside. So I thought, in an attempt to sort of get to know me a little bit better, I would try something new. So at the end of each video moving forward, I will have a little segment where you guys can ask me a question in the comments from a previous video, and I will answer it for you in that video. So anyway, if you have any questions, just submit them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. So anyway, I thought that would just be kind of a fun way for you guys to get to know a little bit more about me. And then I'll just post that at the end of each video, which questions I've answered. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that, and we're going to get going inside. All right, so we're inside, and as you can see, wow, it's just bad. But anyway, we're going to get it better. And I told you I want to get the brisket going, but honestly, at this point, I just need to clean off a space to fix the brisket. So first thing we're going to do is get the dishwasher loaded up. And while that's running, then we're going to go and start somewhere else, and then just come back and do some more in here. Like, I can load the dishwasher again and that kind of thing. Let that do some of the work for me. But let's see what we can get done in here real fast, and then we'll move on somewhere else. So I had a deep fryer, and the thing just quit on me, which was fine. I mean, we use our deep fryer a lot, and I had had it probably 5 years, so it was pretty good. So I bought one Saturday when we went out because I knew I was doing the chicken minis. I could cook the chicken in my Dutch oven, but it was going to take longer. So I got a deep fryer at Walmart, and it really wasn't as nice as what I had wanted, but I thought, well, you know, you're desperate. I knew we'd have a late night, and I didn't want to take all night to fix the food. And so anyway, bought it, got it home, come up at 9:30 that night to fix the chicken minis, and it didn't even finish heating the oil, and it quit. So thankfully, I had not thrown the box away. I still have the box and the packing and stuff. So that is going back to Walmart today or tomorrow, because it even had, it said, it just stopped, and it said it had like a power reset button on the back. So if your power goes out on it while you're heating up or while you're cooking, you can just press that button. So that tells me if you have that option, you've probably had a lot of problems with them in the past. And so anyway, I figured the very first time I use it and it messes up, no thank you. So we had to end up cooking them in the Dutch oven, which it was, I mean, they were delicious, and honestly, it went pretty fast. So anyway, but I was so disappointed. But anyway, make sure if you're going to buy a product, go with your first instinct. If it's not really what you want, don't get it. All right, one other thing, just want to tell you, bananas. So don't they look disgusting? However, these bananas, when they get like that, make the best banana bread. And I will try to show you, I might try to make one of those later today. And if I do, I'll include it in this video. But if not, I'll try to remember to put the recipe down below. I have a super easy recipe for banana bread, and it's so yummy. It goes great with coffee in the mornings. All right, so just a few minutes, and this part looks much better. I still need to wipe it down. Still need to wipe everything down. This part is not clean, but it is much better. So we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna open the dishwasher back up and get some of this in. I like to work in sections. It just makes me feel better. So. So we've got the dishwasher going. So I think now we're going to get the brisket in the oven, and then that way that can be fixing, you know, cooking all day, which will be really nice. You know, when you come home, you're tired, you got to help kids with homework, and it's like, now I still got to figure out what's for dinner. So that will be done, and hopefully good. We'll see. I'll let you know next time. All right. So I've got my brisket. I had a very big brisket, so I cut it in half, and I'm actually going to use the crock pot to put it in. But I mixed up a dry rub, and it was just brown sugar. I think I doubled everything. So it was 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 4 teaspoons of paprika, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon and a half of mustard powder, 2 teaspoons of salt, and a teaspoon. So we're going to get this just rubbed on. I'm just going to put some on each side and rub it in. Hopefully this is good. You may not want to try this until after I report back and let you know how it is. So I think I actually needed more. I doubled the recipe, but I feel like it actually needed more seasoning mix, but I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. So All right, now we're gonna mix up a barbecue sauce to go in the crock pot. So let me wash my hands. All right, I'm gonna double this too because I have a lot. So I'm gonna use a cup of apple cider vinegar. Ooh, that stinks. And we're gonna use 3 cups of ketchup. Whoops. And you know, if you have like a favorite barbecue sauce that you want to use, I think that would probably be fine instead of doing this. I'm just doing this just for something different. I actually have a whole gallon of barbecue sauce sitting on my counter that the children like, but I just thought this would be different. And we need a cup of brown sugar. It also calls for, I think I need a bigger bowl. It also calls for garlic cloves. I don't have any. I guess I could mix in a little garlic powder with it. Let me find a bigger bowl. Well, this one volunteered. It jumped right out of the cabinet. So. All right, so let's get this mixed up. Oh, and it also calls for cayenne pepper. But I'm not big on spicy things, so we're gonna add though 2 tablespoons of the W sauce. Okay, and we're also gonna add some onion powder, if I can find it. Oh, I had the little... I hope you all enjoy the entertainment as I cook. It's sort of like my life. Can't find anything. So, all right, we're gonna add 2 teaspoons, actually 4 because I'm doubling it. 4 teaspoons of onion powder. And the mustard powder, 4 of that, which I know sounds like a lot, but this is a lot of meat, so you want it to be seasoned, you know. And then we're gonna do 4 of the black pepper, and then I think I am gonna add a little bit of garlic powder to this just because I don't have the garlic cloves on hand. So we're gonna get that mixed up, and then you pour the barbecue sauce into the crock pot and then place the meat in. So hopefully this will work out very well. Okay, got that in. Now it says to put your brisket in and kind of squish it, which I see it does. It kind of comes up over the side, but you know, I think I've just got so much meat. I'm not sure how this is going to work. But anyway, what we may do is come back like halfway through and like rearrange them. So you just cook it on low for 8 hours. And that's it. So since we've got that in, I'm just going to get all this cleaned up where I made a mess where I had cleaned up, and then we will keep trucking through the main living area here and see what else we can do. Okay, so I got that cleaned up, and I'm just going to clean off the island as much as I can. So I'm not worried about washing the dishes. I'm worried about getting trash up, getting things put away, and then the dishes will wait until the dishwasher's done. I don't see any need in wasting my time washing them by hand if I can pop them in the dishwasher in a little bit. So anyway, let's see how much better we can make this in just a couple minutes. And while I'm doing this, see how much better you can make something at your house in just a couple minutes, even if it's just getting all the trash up, you know. So anyway, let's rock and roll. Okay, so got the island much better. And what I did was just put all the dishes over here, so except the ones on the stove. So that way they're all kind of in one location, which kind of helps me when I'm loading the dishwasher next time. So next, I think I'm going to move on to this little breakfast. We call it the breakfast table. But anyway, it's got a lot of open boxes. We bought new lights because we don't have lights in the barn, and we knew we were getting the calves at dark. And so we got like rechargeable lights for down there. The trash needs to be taken out and that kind of thing. But I will show you real quick. And I realize it's full right now, but this is our trash can. So we are a large family and of 8. And so we have lots of trash. And anyway, I got this on Etsy, I think it was, and it's a wine barrel, and you can use it as a trash can, and it has been phenomenal for us. If I were a little more disciplined, it would be even better. But anyway, the kids are really good about taking it out whenever I need them to. So anyway, I am going to work on this area here and get that cleaned up, and we're just making great progress, and it has not been that long, so I'm super excited. So all right guys, so I just want to encourage you as I wrap up this video that we don't need to spend all day. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be better. And so I feel like I've done that today. It took me 45 minutes, and I have basically gotten our main living area just to where it feels better. It smells better. I've got a candle lit. I got a little wax warmer going. I sprayed some potpourri kind of stuff. So it just feels homier. And so anyway, I just want to encourage you guys, just a little something. It doesn't have to be big, just a little something, and it'll make you feel better. It'll make your family feel better. So let me just show you real quick. So got this room pretty well picked up, breakfast table, cleaned off, and got the island cleaned off. Now I do have a lot of dishes left, but that's okay. It's not about what you have left. It's more about what you've done. So anyway, and that can just give you that little boost of confidence, of energy. And so anyway, just want to thank you again for watching. I'm so glad you tuned in, and I can't wait to see you next time. Talk to you soon.